Welcome to another edition of Live on Sunday, baby. Thank God that you can spend any other time of your night, but you chose to spend it here with the greatest host in the universe, KingCrowder, man. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for liking, commenting, subscribing to the channel. All you do, Crowder Gang, welcome, man, to another edition of Live on Sunday. While we chopping up this evening, man, share the live. Tell me how your week been. How's everything been in your life, man? It's been a crazy week for your boy. Always like to check in with you and tell you what you got going on. First up, let me give you always the good information. I have people always tell me what they love, what I recommend. Let me add it to you, man. And this goes into our lesson for the day. The Courage to Be Disliked book. What it's about, no one ever tells us how powerful it is to have the energy to not people to not like you. If people like you all the time, you don't have an opinion. If people don't disagree with you, you do not stand for anything. You have to be disliked. You have to have people that have certain type of feelings about you. It is normal. Being liked by everyone is not a formula for respect. Being respected by everyone is a formula to make things happen. In addition to, add to your library things I wish my parents would have taught us by your boy. 2 new books load next year. I'm in the library cooking. I'm in the field working. I promise you, I'm going to have some new material out. Thank you for always showing love, tuning in, tapping in, all that good stuff, man. How was your last week? You know, Crowder Gang, we always try to chop it up about your last week, man, what you had going on. Going on in your lexicon, man. Hopefully you got to enjoy yourself. Chop it in, tell me in the story, drop in the comment, drop in the chat where you're from, how you feel. I'm going to pin the comment, everything that we can see where we at, man. What's good, Miss Williams? How you doing? Chop it up with a gang, man. But let's go ahead and chop it in, y'all. Let's get it in strong, y'all. Today's lesson is about the power of choices, the power of opportunities, and the power of how everything you do in your life will come back to you, man. Our main analysis is going to be on a Diddy documentary. No, but I do have someone. I know a guy that knows a guy that makes beats, Miss Williams. I do. Pay attention. The Diddy documentary is going to be our main analysis, right? But also what I want to chop it up to you right now while we're going into our story is how every decision you make in life will affect you short-term or long-term. I don't care what nobody say. Every choice, every idea, every person you choose to deal with, every situation you choose to entertain, every subject that you have that affects you in your life, man. It's a phenomenal book. I want everybody to read if you do not know. It's called The Body Keeps Score. The reason why I like that book, you can get punched in your face at 12 years old and you don't know how it affects you at 25. You don't understand why you have a reaction to something unless you understand or process why that reaction is that way. As we go into our analysis, our detail, our deep dive into the Diddy documentary, it is the same pattern reoccurring all the time. I'm no therapist. I'm no psychologist. What I am is a man that's been through things. I'm a man that deal with men from all spectrums, ages, ethnicities. But the one thing you see reoccurring in life in general is people that handle stuff that happened to them, people that avoid things that happen to them, and people that don't discuss their problems or their issues. Remember, having a problem that you choose not to discuss, man, is going to come up, bro. If you don't choose to address something that happened to you, good or bad, indifferent in your life, if you don't ever choose to address it, it's going to come up later in life. Whatever issue, whatever problem, whatever situation, I always recommend you deal with it head on. I ain't saying be violent, but I'm saying express how you feel. Now, how I express how I feel, especially early on, and some tactics I use is to journal it. I know it sounds weird why you journaling your thoughts, but it helps you. You know why journaling your thoughts helps me personally? You will never see me go online just venting about something. But if you read my journals, bro, you'll see how I feel. You'll see what I think. You'll see how I express myself. You can see multiple areas in life what I'm dealing with, I'm going with. That's the point of it. Right now, we have replaced journaling, having a voice where you can speak vulnerably about yourself, to doing it online. The reason why I'm bringing that up is that you will see men, fellas, women that never have been taught how to emotionally control their outlet. What do I mean by that is that if something happens to them, they outwardly express it. If something happens to them, no one ever taught them how to process it. No one ever taught them how to deal with it. No one ever taught them that, yo, the reason why you're outbursting right here is because somebody hit you when you were little but you never addressed why you felt uncomfortable. The reason why rejection is such a hard deal for you, because when you were rejected when you were little, no one ever taught you that it was normal. The reason why you fight and argue with your cousins because y'all don't know how to say that I'm wrong. The reason why you choose to get into it with somebody and fight them back and forth over little things and y'all fall out is because y'all don't have a relationship. If the only relationship you ever have and the only relationship you ever deal with is when you have problems with somebody, instead of talking about it like a normal person, it's going to show up in your life, man. And it may seem small, y'all. You know, it may seem like not a big deal, but I promise you, the people that cannot have successful relationships as an adult have not addressed their problems they got going on. If you have no friends, you are the problem for that. I'm not saying you're the only problem. I'm not saying you're the only reason why, but I'm saying the issues that you see in your life, you must take 100% responsibility for at one point in time, right? Because the love is out here. The love, the respect, the admiration, the support, the people that you want to do things, you must give it first. Give without asking. Give them without wanting something in return. Give love, receive love. It's kind of crazy. Right now, the spiritual God, you don't have to be, but giving does start the receiving process. Give your vulnerabilities. Give your triumphant stories. Give the things you had to overcome. Give the things you had to solve. Give the things that you're currently dealing with, so somebody else may be dealing with that type of thing, and y'all can come to an outcome in which way you want to solve it and build past it. Whichever way you got to do that, you got to figure out the best way for yourself to make that happen. And when you see stories like the Diddy documentary, when you see stories like other men that deal with things, it's because a lot of us were never taught how to handle those things. We weren't. So it may seem like a crazy thing that you see happen. It may seem like an outlandish object, but in actuality, you are trying your best to overcome something that happened to you while you were young and survive it as an adult. That's why I always recommend that book, man. The Body Keeps Score. It's a phenomenal read. It is not just about psychology, y'all. It is literally about how something traumatic happens to you and what happens when you do not deal with it. I've had plenty of traumatic things happen to me. We've been evicted. We've had to move multiple times. We never had state transportation. We struggled a lot growing up. I didn't understand why people didn't like me because I didn't have the adequate clothes. I was self-conscious about where I came from because I knew my parents and I struggled. But I never just wanted to own it. But once I began to own it, once I began to talk about it, once I began to know that no story that you use against me can work because I'm willing to talk about my faults. I'm willing to admit that I was in SPED and special needs classes. I was willing to admit that I had to struggle and learn how to read and do different things I couldn't do. But the reason why I can admit that is because now I can say I read every day. I graduated and I figured out how to overcome my struggles and do everything how I had to. But the power is in your story is what makes that go. The power is in what you do is what's going to make everything survive and go past it, man. So everything that we talk about moving forward on today's live, I want you to understand it's a reflection of that. Not saying I know Diddy as the man, but Sean Cole is an evaluation on many men in this country who have never gotten a therapy to help with different things to overcome what they deal with, man. And I want to break it down from my point of view. Remember, this is my entertainment. This is strictly my thoughts. Don't take it as law. You are allowed to disagree. You are allowed to express how you feel. You are allowed to stand on your opinion. I want you to. I don't ever want you to take what I say as face value as law. I want you to check behind me. I want you to read. I want you to have a strong opinion. I want you to have strong feelings. The worst people in life are people that don't have no feelings about nothing. I don't know about you. I don't like people that don't have no feelings about nothing. I don't like people that don't have opinions about nothing. I want you to have strong opinions. I want you to have strong feelings. I want you to feel the way you want to feel. I want you to show it and express it. Why? Because I know that you're alive, bro, sis. I want you to know that. I want you to know that you can feel the way you feel in the judgment-free zone, and I don't give a damn if we got to fight, squabble, figure it out, but I'm going to say I love you, figure it out afterwards. All this thing that we got to judge on tippy toes and we got to be non-judgmental, man, that ain't how you build no relationships. You gonna judge. You gonna dislike what I say. But you know the one thing you will always remember, even if I dislike what you say, KingCrowder, I'm gonna respect it. I may not like it. I may not feel it. I may not follow through with it. I may not even want that to be a part of me. But I'm always going to respect how you feel, dog. The reason why, because it's thought-provoking. It ain't just off the cuff. It's real word, it's research, it's first person analysis, it's giving with a honest perspective, good, bad, or indifferent. You can disagree with me, and I'm cool with it. But that's the whole point of everything we do. That's the whole point of this channel, baby. Express yourself and speak your opinion. And when we give reactions, analysis to politics, current leaving, award shows, who's getting what, I want you to know the why behind it. That's the whole thing, man. That's why I'm here. That's the purpose of this channel. That's the purpose of my feeling. And that's why I love doing lives on Sundays, baby. Quote it, mock it up. That's my territory, man. But again, thank you for being here. Let me go ahead and read some of the comments I got. What you say? Are you the self-proclaimed king, man? King is in my name, baby. Don't hate it, KingCrowder. Crowder is my last name. That's why we go about the KingCrowder of multiple people, man. It ain't just me. It's something we go by, and it's something that we glorify and we stand up for, man. So I'm happy for it. I'm proud to show it. And most importantly, let's dive each and every subject. So while we diving in early, man, let's go ahead and talk about what got the world on fire. Is the Diddy documentary. Let me start at part one, man. Part one for me that was eye-opening was at 18 years old, Diddy had to leave his mother's house, right? Growing up, figuring himself out. Father died at a young age. Traumatic situation. He was trying to find out about his father that was never taught to him. Peep game. His father was a local drug dealer in the Harlem area. You know, back in those times, that was a big deal. But his father died traumatically. Gunshot wound. He was trying to find identity to who he was as a man. So as a young man is developing, right, we have to know the why. Anybody that has a young boy, children, teenagers, men have to know the why behind things. Men will not listen to you unless we know the why. We have to know why we're doing this. Why do I have to do it this way? Why must I follow the strategy? Young Sean Combs wanted to know the why behind himself. As he was recreating himself, envisioning himself, building himself as a man, he wanted to know the why behind how he lived and how he worked. Something strange early on in his why that I believe was very glossed over in the documentary. Number one, at 18 years old, you get into it with your mother, which is normal. 18-year-old young man and woman is going to get into it with their parents. Normal. I did it. He did it. A lot of people going to do it. You did it. That's normal. What was not normal to me that I believe was glossed over a lot, my opinion, 18-year-old kicked out and your friend let you stay with him that was a grown man, Andre Harrell. You stayed with him at 18 until when, and you lived with him, and that was just not saying that, but it just did not sit well with me. You're not telling him to go back. You're not saying, bro, you can stay the weekend, but you got to go back with your family and figure it out with your mom. You can stay with me, nephew, fam, cuz, but I want you to go back to fix what you didn't repair. I want you to go figure that out. But to stay with me years on end and to be my protege before I knew any of the behavior, before I knew anything that we need to work on and fix, did nobody else find that strange? To me, season one of the episode, that was very strange to me to see it outright. It was strange to me to see that another young guy was living with an adult male who was an executive, who didn't know his thing, and that taught him the ways to be. If you do that, remember, Andre Harrell taught him, make it about me, bro. Every time you do something, everything you do, everything you stand for, always make it you first. That philosophy he followed into his manhood phase was the Andre Harrell fallacy. And nobody ever mentioned how much of an imprint he had on that young man. He was a father figure, which I agree with. I'm just asking, with a lot of them ways and behavior that Diddy learned from, we never asked where it came from. How did it come about? When did he feel like this was comfortable in that line, son? You feel what I'm saying, Mr. I'm only telling facts, bro. That whole part of the documentary, I was like, as a young dude, you can stay with me, bro. You can have your problems, but you're going back home. You got to talk to your mom, Dukes. You got to figure out what happened. But for you to stay with me years on end, not paying me bills, that made me pause, y'all. Did nobody else pause when they saw that? Did nobody else find that strange? Did nobody else think that, man, you staying with this dude, this grown man, and y'all just living together? Ain't nothing going on? You letting him stay here? Was he not working? Was he How did y'all know each other? How did y'all meet? He wasn't your family. Y'all didn't have a relationship beforehand. It was nothing that brought you together. So his desire that he wanted to be an intern. Let's keep it funky. You letting interns live with you? That whole part of part one to me, along with everything else that was going on, that was the most part that people glossed over the most. That dynamic, that relationship, how long you stayed with him was weird. It was. And I do not believe some of the behavior, some of the things he saw, some of his actions and initiatives weren't questioned. Not saying the man has passed away. We cannot ask him questions. I'm just saying, man to man, that was weird to me. Episode 2, you found yourself. You were well-researched. You're well-prologizing. You're getting your audience, man. You're in the 90s. You're getting this groove going. You have Diddy. You have Big. You have multiple motion. You have a lot of things going on, right? You begin to get yourself in a documentary. You can see you found a supreme talent like Big. Y'all doing shows. You helping build your audience. But the whole time you got Big, no one's ever talked about how there was not really a relationship between y'all. I want you to think about this, y'all. I'm doing something. You employ me. You hired me. Yes, I know that we cool, right? There's always a bro relationship. But Biggie from Brooklyn. You from Harlem. Y'all only had a type of relationship because it was business. You knew it was profitable. I get it. But I found it mighty strange that the issue of Pac and Big came around, because I do believe that Pac and Big were really tight. I don't believe this is my area, y'all, but I'm thinking about it. Pac was a radical, the conscious brother, ambitious of a rider, talking about black issues. All of them were young, y'all. They were in their 20s. But what was very interesting to me is that when Pac came around, there was an ego about it. There was an ego that Pac came around because Pac was actually bigger. Pac was the one that asked questions. Pac was the one that was telling him how to dress, how to have swag, how to have crossover appeal. Because if you don't remember back in those days, y'all, Big was tapped in, but Big was from the streets. Big was actually hustling from Bed-Stuy, on the mic, came from a different background. Pac was truly tapped in. Pac had sex appeal. He went to an artistry school. He was well more equipped to the fame and the fortune, right? But one thing that was very interesting to me is that I saw that dynamic in how, even though y'all were cool, if your man had an outside opinion about it the whole time, that sat with me. So think about it. We fast forward and they're going through the tape. Big is getting big. They're copying what Death Row Records, because in actuality, the true visionary behind everything, who nobody talks about, is Suge Knight. Suge Knight's artists, people he still deal with, are still famous to the day. Death Row went through. Suge didn't have his business in order. That's another story for another day. But mimicking what Death Row was doing, we saw that Death Row really pop once Tupac decided to get on board. Pac got on board, the new change, the new energy, but you began to see droppings of issues. The issues come about because, hey, I'm trying to create my own style, man. Why you always mimicking me in front of me? I'm trying to create my own lane, man. Why do you always have to be in front of me in the testimony? And when we learned about these videos and we learned about the progress, we began to see the man of Diddy. I got to be out front all the ways. I can't just be a good executive, bro. I got to be a musician. I got to be a producer. I got to be all these type of things. What does that tell me? That tells me, like the philosophy that Andre Harrell taught him from season 1, I got to be the story. But, excuse me, I can't let my people get the bag and bring it to me and I'll be satisfied. I don't want to be a Birdman. I don't want to be a Suge. I want to be different. Different how? I want the people to be about me. I want the label to be about me. I want the shows to be about me. I want everything to be focused on me. I want everybody to notice me all the time, all the brands, anything. It always has to be what I did to create it. Not let the people that's talented get what they own. Not let the talented people produce, bring it back to me. Not let the talented people show what the direction, what they have about me. No matter what issue, what part of the day, what was being discussed, the constant narrative to me that was shown the most is that Diddy had to be out front. Why do you have to be out front? I have to be out front because I have to prove and reaffirm myself that I'm an important man. I have to reapprove and prove to myself that my actions set me apart. I have to be the Michael Jackson of my generation. Pay attention, y'all, when you hear things. I have to be the person that sets apart. I have to be the one that makes money. I have to be the one that has the most tight business deal, the most tight business contract. I can't be the rich guy. I got to be better than that. Part 3, the business dealings get underway. What was truly sad to me, man, was the Craig Mack story. The brother had a deal. It was alleged things got going on, and he never got paid. I know to be a billionaire, y'all, I get it. To be a person that's extremely rich, you got to do a lot of people dirty. And I get it, y'all. To be a billionaire, there's no way you can make it to a billionaire status without screwing a lot of people over. But to never pay anybody, to never show love to anybody, to make Biggie pay for his funeral out his costs, to strong arm your co-founder and say, you got to give your 25% no matter what, to tell people that produced for you, that did for you, that I'm not paying you, that I'm not going to help you, I'm not going to serve you. That's a different type of person, man. And I know the good was there. I get it. But if you take advantage of people, if you steal from people, if you don't properly pay people, if you don't properly show love, if you don't properly give the respect, you will build animosity. No man is an island. The best leaders I know, you constantly must reaffirm and support your people. Remember, you get all this money and this blessings to give them away anyway. All these money, all these blessings you will ever get in life, y'all, you just gonna give them away. None of it's for you. All of us to help, to guide, and to lend someone something. That's it. It's good to have money. I got more money than I ever made, y'all. But you know the one thing I've learned already? I'm just giving it away. I'm just blessing other people. The money that I get, that I earn, of course, I want to be able to take care of my needs, my wants, my desires. I want to be able to do things I like to do. But at the end of the day, you will have to help and give somebody something. You will have to follow and give somebody, take care of what your wants, but it's literally just a blessing you give to other people. And you can see that when Diddy was going through that emotion, man, he never mastered that skill. His emotion was me, I. And that is something that's okay, right? I'm not saying you're not supposed to take care of you. I'm not saying you're not supposed to take care of your family, your kids, set your people up. But the constant narrative is that I only get paid. I only get served. No matter who I'm with, I don't pay any damn body. But I got all the money. You can't be a legend, bro. Legendary people support, invite, develop, and uplift others. But I will tell you something, man, that I have noticed. Anybody that goes through a society, shout out to Brother Neely Phillips' book, man, Compensatory Race Code, phenomenal read. He has a part in the book about economic issues. The only black people that truly get uplifted and never get targeted economically without getting criticism, because Diddy went a long time without getting it, remember? Is you cannot be a threat. You cannot speak out about issues. You cannot target other businesses. You cannot have a desire to do or change the status quo. You have to be, as Malcolm X said, the non-troublemaking Negro. You have to be. If you cause trouble, Ice Cube. If you ask questions, Tupac, you will be challenged and you will be demonized. If you don't, Tyler Perry and those of the ilk, you will get supported. You will be allowed to make as much money as you want. You will allow to be make as much support as you want. But you can never, ever speak about an injustice. You can never, ever speak about things not being right. You can never, ever speak on other issues. And as much as you see it in history, man, you look about it. Since I read that book by Brother Neely Fuller, it's true, man. If you speak on an injustice, you will be getting in trouble for it. Money, support of that status that Diddy had, he got it because he did not want to get in trouble and cause injustice issues. You have to be doing injustices to get it past that long. But as we continue going through documentary, we go into the Cassie portion. Controversial. Let me go ahead and say it now. Let me say it now. I understand what happened to her. I'm not saying she deserved any of those things. But I'm going to give you my analysis right here. I noticed that when Cassie was the one that was getting the benefits at one point in time, while Kim and Diddy were together with 4 or 5 children, right? It was all right for her to slide in, get the shine, get the benefits, knowing that he had somebody. But when the time came for her to experience that same thing, when Young Miami came into the picture, it was an issue. Pay attention, y'all. They went through what they went through, separated, divorced, moved on. You have children with a new man. You're married multiple times. And now you sue? You sue after more than 5, 6 years of something that happened in a relationship. Not saying that it's rightfully done. But I'm saying, I noticed, just me, I know it's going to be controversial. Once Young Miami started getting more stardom, once Young Miami started to glow up, once she started to get more support from Diddy, I noticed it came around. I noticed the issues came about. I noticed that's when the lawsuit kicked off. I didn't see the lawsuits kick off. I know y'all can boo me. Go ahead. You can boo me. But I noticed that change didn't happen until you saw a black woman getting the love and admiration from the man that you wanted like you wanted. Yes, you were a victim. Yes, you were done wrong. Yes, you were a victim of the crime. But none of those charges were domestic violence that went through. None of those charges was that when Diddy went through his RICO charges. None of that. The charges were what he went through, y'all. If you want to see it, I invite you to watch the documentary. The assault, the Mann Act, which is a racist act. I don't even know how. That's a whole other story, right? But all those things that he went through and that he experimented with, I really noticed, like, man, why was there such a gap in time? Why wasn't Young Miami in the documentary? Why didn't she get to speak on it? Why was 50 Cent allowed to narrate it when you know their prior issues? I get it. The art of war, don't just destroy your enemies, blow it up, compound them. I get it. But I do find it funny that all these things began to happen, and it was an accurate story on the man. He deserves all the contact, all the issues, all the problems he gets, man. I'm not going to be right here and defend that, brother. It's indefensible to make your artist, your friend who passed away, who was murdered, pay for his own funeral. It's indefensible to change the contract post someone's death. It is indefensible to say you had a record knowing you might have been involved with it and you were dancing in all white on that song. It is indefensible for you allegedly put a hit on someone's head and you gave Avon Zip the money and something like that with the Southwest. It's a whole lot of stuff like that, man. Not defending that. But the other parts of that issue that I saw with the Cassie thing, I'm going to just say, man, it just, as an expressively thinking individual, it was a lot of questions in that. Not saying she wasn't a victim, right? I'm not saying that. I'm saying I had a lot of questions about it. I did. You can't be with someone that long, man. It's just, I don't know. And the other people that were speaking against him, man, it just, I don't know, man. I feel like monster he is, right? No denying that. But that documentary definitely had my head scratching some. It was definitely a lot of questions in it. It was definitely showed Diddy for the man he is, right? And it's definitely showed why he deserved that time. I ain't going against why Diddy deserved that time. He deserved that time. But I will say, out of all those crimes that he did, what is the exit strategy going to be like? He's going to be out in less than 2 years. 50 months with time served, y'all. No record. He's going to be out less than 2 years. He will. And when he gets out, do we have a Surviving 50 movie? Do we have a Surviving Cassie documentary? One thing you got to know, y'all, propaganda now is beginning to sell. People can make hit pieces about you, describing how they felt about you. So I wonder now, do we have the same thing going to a 50 seconds? 50 has a lot of eyes open right now. And remember, how you would judge, you will be judged the same. How you would determine, you will be determined the same. 50 Cent has had a clean resume so far that we know. Will we have the same thing and resources spent towards him like towards Diddy? I don't know. I'm giving you completely 100% my opinion. I think it's worth a watch. I think the documentary was very well done. I also see he was innovative at a time streaming before streaming became a thing. I also know he wished he would have paid those people because all that footage that was released was from people you weren't paying. And it also shown the thing that you get over people about will hurt you in the end. Not paying people, not showing the love, not providing for your friends when they call and need you help, but you wanting to help in the end. Everything that Diddy denied people hurt him. You not wanting to pay people to film camera footage people. 50 paid them. You not wanting to pay your friend that was going through a divorce battle who needed $5,000. He paid him. You not wanting to pay and make it right with your artists. They paid him. You not wanting to have a conversation and apologize to people. They come back to haunt you. Every person you do, y'all, has to come around story. Every person you meant. It's my opinion. It's just my way of thinking. It's just how I feel. I'm not telling you how you need to feel. I'm not telling you how you need to think. I'm not telling you why you need to feel that way. What I am telling you is that you can't avoid it. You can't go away from it. You can't hide it. You can't not talk about it. You can't. The things you do to people, ladies and gentlemen, if you like them or not, it's going to circle back to you. And that's my thought on the Diddy conversation, y'all. Great documentary. Watch it. Tell me your thoughts. Give me your opinions. If you hate what I said, if you love what I said, if you agree or disagree, I don't mind it, baby. Give it to me. Moving on to our next subject of the evening, man. I don't know if you know, man, if you keep in touch with the news of politics. Remember, y'all, I'm always going to give it to you. Politics is the subject on who gets what's going on. And right now, as a fellow Black American man, we told you. If you don't know what's going on this year, let me give you the game. Immigration has been a hot button issue in America. Why? Why, KingCrowder? Why does everybody keep talking about immigration? Everybody keeps talking about immigration because wages are stagnant, jobs are low, and the amount of people who have been disrespectful towards certain ethnic groups in this country has been overwhelming. If you do not know about the immigrant battle, about a lot of people in this country, y'all, there has been a lot of slurs, racial conversations, disrespect, unharmony ways, and people who think you are above reproach. The one thing that Trump is doing that former President Obama didn't do is he is standing on business. Love, hate, dislike, can't stand, don't respect. One thing you got to acknowledge is Donald Trump stands and rides for his people. He tells you how he feels. He rides on principles. He tells you if he agrees or he doesn't agree with you. He tells you where you stand. And as much as people don't like it, people like this type of politics. Nobody likes the politics of the Obama era. That is a former generation. As a millennial, Gen Z, Gen Alpha, people like straight talk. Nobody wants to hear the political mumbo jumbo. People want to hear the truth. People want to know how you feel. People want to know where you stand. People want to know what they fit into. And that's why Donald Trump is so popular. Love it, hate it, dislike it, can't stand it. He is an unstoppable train because he rides or dies with his base. And in my opinion, like I always tell y'all, I think President Barack Obama's legacy will forever be hurt by Donald Trump. Because Donald Trump told you in real time, I'm the president. I don't need no one's approval. I'll make it happen. I don't need to play politics. I'm going to make it happen. And if you want to make it happen, if you want to ride with your audience, if you want to stand on your opinion, if you choose to do so, you can. And let's play a clip on what Trump said is so powerful. Fair use.
Ripped off that state for billions of dollars, billions, every year, billions of dollars, and they contribute nothing.
He's wrong, and we want them here. Somali people have been an extraordinary benefit. I'll say it again. Somali people have been a benefit to our city for longer than I have been in our city.
I don't want them in our country, I'll be honest.
It's official.
While they're going, I want y'all to see their opinion on that. My bad.
I am a Nigerian man.
I want to show you my opinion on that, y'all. Excuse me. What Trump said, I'm going to give you the full context video, is he is saying what he felt was true. Love, hate, dislike. I don't think many people understand, like, he's standing on what he feels, man. And a lot of American people feel that way, y'all. I'm going to try to find, here go the clip. That's not the whole clip. Here goes the old clip right here, man. Shout out to me, y'all. I didn't get to give it to you like I wanted to. Pay attention, pay attention, pay attention. Fair use before I give my opinion.
Somalians ripped off that state for billions of dollars, billions, every year, billions of dollars, and they contribute nothing. The welfare is like 88%. They contribute nothing. I don't want them in our country, I'll be honest with you. Somebody would say, oh, that's not politically correct. I don't care. I don't want them in our country. Their country's no good for a reason. Their country stinks, and we don't want them in our country. I can say that about other countries too. I can say it about other countries too. We don't want them to hell. We have to rebuild our country. You know, our country's at a tipping point. We could go bad. We're at a tipping point. I don't know if people mind me saying that, but I'm saying that we could go one way or the other, and we're going to go the wrong way if we keep taking in garbage into our country. Ilhan Omar is garbage.
I want people to understand, man. Trump is, you know, people always say it's just Trump. That's the facade that nobody wants to answer. He is the figurehead for how many people think. I know it's cool to say his philosophy. No, it's a lot of people's philosophy. If you think he is the first and only version of this American rhetoric that will be around, you're sadly mistaken. The rhetoric that Trump is going on and talking about has been something in American history throughout. Asian, Hispanics, everybody that you look at throughout history, Trump is giving a reality check on the true feelings. No matter what you think, racism, classism, immigration, hate has always been in America. Anti-Black rhetoric has always been in America. Right now, it's like the younger generation, right, have people or the newer immigrants have forgotten about it. They have truly forgotten, since there has been a switch and a shift in Black American philosophy. And nobody wants to acknowledge that, right? But the philosophy, of focusing on internal issues, delineating, separating, mentality of watching yourself is having for real effects. If you already do not have a political class, if you already have a philosophy that I don't have to change, what they're speaking on, Trump and them are doing, is about the mentality of I don't have to assimilate. If you meet many first-generation immigrants that come here, right, the one thing you're always going to know is that a lack of assimilation is not happening. When he says they feel disrespectful and they complain, he's saying that because people have gotten so comfortable talking in front of a camera, not being grateful. Many elderly people, many people of the Trump ilk, his generation, feel that way. They feel that if you are constantly disrespectful, if you are constantly here, why don't you go where you need to be? It's not people's responsibility to take you in, no matter how you feel. But you have to understand, people have gotten so comfortable being disrespectful on social media that they do not understand that it comes with real life consequences. I don't think most people get that in their mind, man. How you talk, how you feel, how you show up, how you represent, people internalize it. People do. I never understood why people don't understand that. And I believe that a lot of people have gotten comfortable, man. They have gotten comfortable being disrespectful. They have gotten comfortable thinking I am different. They have been ignorant of American history. And what Trump, the generation, is given is a reminder. This is American history. This is how America's always been. This is the great thing that they've already set on. This is a true feeling. This is a reality check. And I know it's harsh to hear. I know it's scary to hear people say that, but it's always been this way. You not studying, you not being aware, you not being hip. Ignorance of the law is not an excuse. Ignorance of history is not an excuse. Don't listen to me. Go against what I'm saying. But I want you to read Sundown Towns by James Lowe. I want you to read the Honorable Elijah Muhammad book. I want you to read history, true history, not what we learn in school, because bias. It's politically, it's glossed over. But when you do the study of American history and how people from different places have always been treated, I'm kind of shocked that people don't understand this is coming around. You will have your time in the sun. The way you disrespect people, the energy will come back the same. And I don't believe people understand the cause and effect of many Black Americans changing their perspective. We are the activism class among a lot of people. And once the activism class is gone, and they're telling you what they're going to do, what are you going to be able to say? And the scary part is, President Trump has gotten so bold to even call out some of their political leaders, man. And if I was in Minnesota, I would be nervous. Take a listen.
The mayor of Minneapolis, Jacob Frey, is saying that he's actually proud to have the largest Somali community in the country, and his police chief.
Well, then he's a fool.
Well, his police chief is also
I
saying
wouldn't be
that
proud to have the largest Somalian. Look at their nation. Look how bad their nation is. It's not even a nation. It's just people walking around killing each other. Look, these Somalians have taken billions of dollars out of our country. They've taken billions and billions of dollars. They have a representative, Ilhan Omar, who they say married her brother. It's a fraud. She tries to deny it now, but you can't really deny it because, you know, it just happened. She shouldn't be allowed to be a congresswoman, and I'm sure people are looking at that. And she should be thrown the hell out of our country. And most of those people, they have destroyed Minnesota, okay? Minnesota, you have an incompetent governor. You have a crooked governor. He's crooked as hell, but he's incompetent. Waltz he should be ashamed. That beautiful land, that beautiful state, it's a hellhole right now. And the Somalians should be out of here. They've destroyed our country. And all they do is complain, complain, complain. You have her. She's always talking about the Constitution provides me with, go back to your own country and figure out your Constitution. All she does is complain about this country. And without this country, she would not be in very good shape. She probably wouldn't be alive right now. So Somalia is considered by many to be the worst country on earth. I don't know. I haven't been there. I won't be there anytime soon.
And you know what's funny, man? When I hear this type of stuff, when we have conversations in real life, I'm really shocked that people are surprised people have strong feelings like this. It's like people are really shocked that people don't have these strong feelings to say it all the time. Ignoring and not being aware of American history is truly a luxury for certain people. It is truly a luxury for you not to understand, man. Politically, it's always been like this in this country. Politically, there has always been a battle between the establishments on how immigrants should be treated. And right now, your face is in the wind. How long is it going to last? That's up for debate, right? That's up for discussion because there's always a new flavor, you know? But the part is, we are seeing it's going to happen. It's going to increase because jobs are low. The economy's bad. People are struggling. I'm going to give you some numbers if you do not know. The more unemployment rises, the more crime goes up. The more fraud that we see happening, the more crime goes up. And all that fraud and all those case studies that we have solved in those places has built in resentment. And the resentment is, why do they get opportunities that I don't get? Remember, in most of people's mind, the more you get, the more you take away from me. Most people don't think of it's an abundance. Most people have a mindset of it's you versus me. It's very rare when you will meet somebody that has an abundance where it says enough for all of us to eat. But if you're eating more than me while taking advantage of the system, while having $7 billion in fraud on medical care and all that crazy stuff y'all been doing, you got to know there is going to be an overcorrection. The overcorrection is these laws are going to change. The overcorrection is it's going to be uncomfortable in the state of Minnesota. The overcorrection is they are going to make a lot of things change. And I know it's uncomfortable. I know it's not something that we need to talk about, people want to hear. But the thing we got to be able to say for real, y'all, is that it's going to happen whether you want it to or not. So as you to be a politically aware individual, that's why I'm here to give you game, right? I love to talk about you so you know. Knowing these political subjects are not something that's random. These conversations have been throughout history all of the time. Somebody has to get the blame. The state of the economy is not going to get better. Man, KingCrowder, how do you know all this? I'm going to show you detailed information. I'm going to show you information that you may not know. U.S. layoff track-off exceed the great financial crisis of 2008. The great financial crisis of 2008 is when we had mass layoffs. Industries, money, expectations are set. That is why we see a lot more entertainment and different things have been going. If you have not noticed, the job report has not been posted. If you have not noticed, many Americans have bought into the ICE mindset. Remember, ICE is not something that we're just going to see that's going to happen to certain ethnic groups. ICE is something that's going to be called and used as a tool. Pay attention. Pay attention.
Have ACE to remove them. You may need to have ACE to remove them. And let's see, hold on, is Hit Stella?
Please make a payment. Why you are not paid for the job? Yeah, take a picture.
Make a payment, I'm done. In my house at 1395. He's driving a Jeep Wrangler. His license plate is yeah, he's a foreigner. He may need to have ACE to remove him. You need to have ACE to remove him. And let's see, hold on, is Hit Stella? Is let me give you his license plate number. And he is harassing me, man.
I'm not arresting you. I'm coming for the payment.
Can you hear me, man? Sir, what is the address? Oh, my address is 1395, but he may not be here. I don't know, but I have his license plate number. He's a foreigner, and we may have to deport him. We may have to deport him. What is the address that you're calling about? Oh, my.
What I don't think most people understand is this is going to be a new normal. Remember, they have a quota. Pay attention, y'all. I'm always give you game. They have a quota of 3,000 people they're trying to remove per day. They do. What they're trying to do is when the economy goes down, as it's going down right now, right? You have to understand when something bellies out, who are going to backfill those jobs. Right now, young men graduating from college, going to high school, do not have access to jobs right now. So they do not have entry-level positions when they can position themselves upon, right? Entry-level positions are being filled by people that are coming to this life to seek a better way of living. I understand that. But the problem is, it is to a rate that is so high that many young people, young men in this country, don't have any options. Young men don't have any options. They're not motivated. They go out. They're not working. It messes with the economy. That is the actual problem we have right now. Many of our business owners, many of our individuals that have these jobs where you can get entry-level positions, where you can find stable income for you, have chosen to hire adults, which I get it, right? Cheaper, easier to get, more likely have more responsibilities. They're going to come to work. However, the American workers that are here do not have those opportunities. Opportunities are gone. Who do they blame? You for not getting it. Not the business owner, not the people that are choosing to hire them, not the people that choose to go that route. They're going to hire the people that's easiest to blame. What do you mean by, what do you got to learn from that now? They have to overcorrect to make sure those young men have jobs and careers now. To overcorrect, you have to call, deport, remove, criminalize, or mass incarcerate. That is where we are right now in this economy. The political policy, what they're not telling you is that we are currently in a cycle. We're trying to undo ourselves, but I don't know if it's possible. I do think we have to go down. I do think it will be challenging. I do think we have to live below our means. And I do believe the economy is going through a reset. It's scary. I know. I agree. I understand. Be careful. It's going to get worse. It's going to get tighter. It's going to be more difficult. Closings are going to happen. Businesses are already closing. Save your money. Eat at home. Save your resources. Be protected. It will not get any better anytime soon, ladies and gentlemen. It won't. The American people will face economic hardship. What you have to do while we're facing an economic hardship is to pivot, make adjustments, and be willing to move and roll with the punches. Next, it was sent to me earlier this week. I'm no relationship guru, right? I'm not. But you know, your boy does have a little clout, man. Speaking of which, I have a little clout. Shout out to BMBC this weekend. If you do not know, we are the hottest thing smoking out of Houston, Texas. The hottest black male group out of Houston, Texas. So you can say, I deal, I love, and I roll with the brothers. See the Instagram, follow it. We had a event this weekend. Good showing. 100+ VIP, 75 tickets sold, over 515 black men in the Houston area. Why am I bragging on this, KingCrowder? Why are you talking about this? I'm talking about this because I tapped in with the brothers, man. I know what we're talking about. I am pretty good on the subject of relationship, dating, experiences, things that are going on, what men are well-versed on, what men talk about, and actually how they're feeling. Most women out here right now, throwing groups, having organizations, doing things, have an issue right now. You know what the issue is, ladies and gentlemen? Brothers are not showing up. Brothers are not going to any events, any venues, any showing, anything that other women are having. They're not doing it. How people complain online, say we want the bear, say we don't want this, say we don't want to be approached. Brothers have internalized that, ladies and gentlemen. They have. Men, all names, ages, and ethnicities have said, yo, we ain't going to stuff the women lead. Any women-led event where men try to go to, they're not going. They don't. Don't argue with me. Look at the numbers. As somebody that has a black men group on the other hand, we have, right? I get brothers to show up. I get 20, 30 to come every time. No problem. I get brothers to come, talk to, communicate. No problem. I am shocked on the other end how it doesn't go the other way. So the reason why I'm pointing that out is that when you have self-proclaimed relationship gurus, not doubting, right? I believe that sometimes she said it makes sense. But when you have conversations about relationships, what men are talking about, what men see, how they feel, who has a better pulse on the culture, who are they more tapped into, and you make blanket statements like you know what you're going on without A, talking to the guys, B, verifying the sources, and C, showing your credibility. So I'm going to tap in, not show it all, y'all. I'm going to show y'all a brief video by Dr. Cheyenne Bryant as she's on Shannon Sharp's podcast, Club Shay Shay. And it's crazy, man. I'm going to say this before I keep going. I love Shannon Sharp, man, but I could definitely see the brother's energy is a little different. If you don't know what he went through this year, we ain't got to relive it. But I can see it, man. And even his energy, his talking points, his discussion points, I can feel the difference in the brother. The hunger feels different. The questions feel different. The responses feel different. You can tell he feels like a different man, which he went through something very traumatic, and I understand. But this interview, I'm gonna play a little bit, y'all, and I'm gonna respond to it, and then let you hear it back. Let me get into it.
A lot of these younger men in that 35-ish range, even a little younger than 30, they are a lot more mature than a lot of these men who are 45 and up. They're not stuck in their ways. They are very flexible. They open doors. They know how to date. They are actually hunters like men used to be. They're calling, they're texting, they're love bugs. They want to get married. They're all
they ain't like the old school. That we the old guard. We the hunters.
Yeah. And let me say this, not only women, but
you notice she completely ignored what Shannon just said about we're the old guard with the hunters. She completely ignored that.
Men in their 30s are the new generation that don't have baby mamas. You'll be surprised at how not thirsty for sex and women these younger men are. Meaning like they are literally saying, if we can't date or if we can't have some type of out of the bed romance, I'm turned off.
Right.
If a young guy tells you that, ladies, he's not that much into you. I'm going to let you know that right now. She's lying. If a young guy is not that infatuated with you and mentioning that, he's not that into you.
So many young men here are like, women are just throwing the pussy at me. Versus back in the day, it was men were the, chasing the cat.
Yes.
And that's a turn on for me. And you have the older men who are just kind of like, look, it's kind of like you're saying, I'm working, I'm doing me, what you see is what you get.
Yeah.
And I definitely want the intimacy as far as sex with you, but I'm not sure if I can commit. I'm not sure if my old ways will allow me to maneuver or to transform into what's needed for a relationship. And you're finding, studies have shown, the older woman and younger guy is having the higher success rate when it comes to a healthy marriage and happiness.
I beg your pardon?
The older woman and younger man, they're finding that success rate has actually outdid the older man and
y'all know she lying, right? I'm not debating the article. I'm not debating people writing stuff. I'm not debating people having an opinion. I don't know any older woman that can emotionally handle being around an immature guy most of the time. I don't know any woman that can handle being around a man that's immature, financially not stable, not mentally where he wants to be, and is unsure of himself. The main reason that younger guys date older women because the requirements are lower. The main reason why younger guys will deal with an older woman because they know sex is on the table. Let me keep it 100. The main reason that you would see a younger guy date an old woman because she's doing better than him. There is no man that has this stuff together, that it has a woman that is 15 plus years older than him, that he's going to allow to do him that way, unless he's a man that is not competing. And that's okay. If you don't want a competitive guy, if you want a guy that's just going with the motions, that's willing to do whatever he wants, I'm up with it. I am not saying that relationship will not work, because I believe it will. But to say those things about men that are accomplished, to say those things about men and have nobody push back on your statement like there are successful relationships, is flat out crazy. And for you to come on an interview lying like that, knowing that it doesn't work, where's the proof? Where are the younger relationships, successful marriages that we see? Where? The only successful marriages that we see and we know is the ones we've seen throughout history. Why do we reject history so much, y'all? I'm not saying we don't have to go against it. I'm not saying history doesn't have to change. I'm not saying any of that. What I am saying is we know for a matter of fact that there's always been a preference by ladies. You have to be complete. You have to be financially stable. You have to have some get up and go. You have to have some ambition. You have to have some desire. You have to have some things going on. There has to be some level of things as a man you must have going on before you have access to women. And most men understand that. But men that try to skip the line, they try to go against the grain and say, I'm going to find someone older. The men that say older women, younger men are not worried about sex like that. The men that say they don't feel like they have to be hunters like that, they don't have to hunt because they're not competitive. Every man must rely, live, go by, and stand on his accomplishments or things he is trying to accomplish. If you are an uncompetitive man that does not want to compete, that does not want to fight, that does not want to put the work in, you have to satisfy and agree. But if you are a man that is a hunter, who's trying to level up, who's out here grinding, who's out here doing what he's supposed to do, there is no way in HE double hockey stick. Hell, I'm going to deal with that. I'm not. Most men won't tell you, ladies, they don't like to compromise or deal with stuff. In the dating market, most men that are single, trying to figure it out, this ain't no democracy. It's a dictatorship. Every man that is up, stacked up, business going, accomplished, well thought out, he ain't doing no damn negotiations. The reason why they prefer most older guys, like they say, to go for younger women, because there is no negotiation. Remember, this is their program. This is what they think. This is what they saying is going to happen. It ain't no we going to compromise and I'm going to talk to you and I'm already established that we going to figure it out. That's not reality. Reality is they feel, they think, they believe I provide you with A, you provide me with B. If you can't go with A and B, what I'm saying, I'm going to find someone else to do it. And as much as we try to act like we're reinviting the wheels and we changing the rules, this is not me talking. Ladies tell us all the time they want what they want. Money, money, money. It matters. I accept it. With money comes responsibility, confidence, and expectations. Expectations from the man and the woman. Now, saying openly and ain't saying nothing back. Really, dog? You gonna let her get in your face, say those comments like that, and not say anything? I know I'm trying to keep my guests happy. I know I'm not trying to cause an issue. But we and you both know she lying, bro. Shout out to Dr. Bryant for being an accomplished woman. She's an attractive woman. She has done a lot of things in her lifetime. She's educated. She's done a lot of things. But let's not act like it hasn't been some controversy. Let's not act like Corey Holcomb is not pointing out some inconsistencies. Let's not act like the name, the legacy, and what you stand on has not been questioned. But to give and openly say advice like that, man, and to give examples about people that are getting help and saying what they believe is happening, what they think, is disingenuous at best. I always tell people this. Who loves you more? The man that lies to you or the man that tells you the truth? Who cares about you more? The people that lie to you and try to protect your feelings, or the people that are going to love you and do what they got to do for you? Remember, friendships are different than relationships. People act different than how they feel. If I am telling you something that I know is disingenuous, why would you listen? Not words, but actions. Just look at your surroundings, man. And like I said, as somebody that has a lot of brothers I talk to, and it's kind of funny, I had this conversation the same night with the group, and you will actually have ladies in your face telling you don't know what you're talking about. And I asked the same question. How many men do you talk to? How many different opinions, perspectives do you talk to? Don't go by the small minute. On average, what do you think this, and this means? And they'll tell you how they feel, right? They'll explain to you that it's not all men. True. Never push back on that, fellas. Don't fall for the banana tailpipe. But what I always say is, what do the majority think? What do you think on average think? If I'm getting these results from guys and they're listening to me, and you're getting your results and you're getting this, who would you listen to? Follow the resume, follow what they say, follow the track record. Because a lot of people just be yapping, y'all. Remember, men, accomplishments, expectations, and what you do. Don't follow people that just say anything crazy to you. Make sure you watch, make sure you see, and make sure you know why things are happening. It's something else interesting that happened this week, man, that I know it's a lot of people just talking about. Remember, political leaders, who and what is your base? Who and what do you stand up for? You can no longer be black politician standing on certain issues, flippy-flop, flimmy-flam. I'm in the great state of Texas. The great state of Texas right now, there's a story that has been broken about the great Jasmine Crockett. If you do not know, she has made hand waves right now because she made a comment about President Trump. And right now, allegedly, there has been a talk about gerrymandering. Gerrymandering is rejoining districts in a way to influence political votes. Remember, politics is the subject of who gets what. When you see things like this happening, and you see political leaders of certain areas getting the cause and effect of this, I want you to think about this. Where is the base on this? Where is the public support speaking about this happening? She's an intelligent young lady, an attorney, all of the above. We know that right now, actively, she's being gerrymandered against. I didn't know talking about it. I heard no sway. I didn't hear anything she championed for, anything that she spoke about, speak out on this issue. I saw one tweet and nothing. Remember, she was up there to be a presidential, going against the comments, making those conversations. But like, I'm not going to quote Stephen A. Smith, y'all, if you didn't know, he made a comment this week. When you swing at Trump and you make an accusation, all my black political leaders, he's spinning back around to you. Shout out to President Trump for standing on business. If you swing at the king, you bet not miss. And they've made accusations. They've made statements. They've said this. They made fraud. They made theft. Letitia James, multiple people. If you swing at the king, you cannot miss. So what I want you to learn from this story is this. Every action you put out in this world has an effect. Everything that you do will affect you. People are tuning in with a fine-tooth comb. People are more tuned on what you're doing, what you're going about, how you feel, how everything is going about in our lifetime that we've ever felt. And remember, you do not have the support you think you have. Anybody that's ambitious, that wants to chase things, that wants to try things, who feels certain type of way, I know it's controversial, right? But I want you to listen to the words of Charleston White. And he made a video that was real, and it spoke to me. I already knew it, but I like to give helpful context and tools to people who don't understand how real this life could be. Fair use. Fair use.
Friends. My longest friends, my families, those who say they love me, and those who will cry for me at the funeral when I die. When I wake up, I don't see one like, one share, one post of them supporting me. Sit back and I watch them and see do they help the business with a like, a share, or nothing. Yeah, they love me, but they secretly jealous or resent me because they see me throwing money away and they think I'm supposed to give it to them. But whatever you see me do with my money, I made it. I made it. And when it get low, ain't nobody trying to add to the fun. I got to go re-up again. And I do it easy.
I want you to remember something, y'all. I had to learn this early on. Moving away, people will always love you. Your family, your friends, that don't mean they got to like you. The people that respect you don't have to invest in your dreams and your desires. It is your job as the person that is individual or ambitious to invest in your own. The family will always love you and respect you, man. Do not expect them to do for you like you will do for other people. Whatever you do for other people, you got to do based off the love and desire of your own. You cannot get mad if somebody doesn't support you the way you should. You cannot go on a rant asking for it. Never ask, never beg. Self-improve. Never plead, never cry. Self-improve. People will support you when you are expert at your craft. I've had more support from strangers outside than ever from my family. And I'm not mad at that. I accept it. It's the way that life goes. Show your love, show your support, show your impact. But remember, you are responsible for your own happiness. You are responsible for your own success. You are responsible for your own joy. You are responsible for any and everything that you want to happen in your life. I get tired of it a little bit, y'all, that we get people that complain about it. We just got to accept it. It's not easy to accept. It's not fun to accept. But the sooner you accept how people treat you, it's okay. I never said it was all right, right? I'm saying it is okay to acknowledge it, move on from it. The people that support you, you will see. Give love without expectation, you will get it back. Give trust without expectation, you'll give it back. Everything that you do in life, the people that support you are going to do it, man. Fans will support you more than your family. And that is all right. Don't get mad. Don't get on platforms. Don't complain. Be the best version of yourself. When you're the best version of yourself, it'll come around. Allow your results to speak. Allow your actions, your consistency, your effort, your thoughts, what you do to all happen. And after we get on this, man, it's one thing that I saw that was very interesting this week before I begin to close it out. The Livestreamer podcast. If you didn't see, there's a Streamers Live reward thing going on, man. Keep up with the times. Stay aware of what's going on. Streamers are the new rappers and rock stars. We don't know how long the wave will last, right? We don't. But I think it's dope that they have their own concept. Stay aware of what's going on. Pivot, watch, see, observe. It's not for me. I think it's a younger audience, but I want you to always be aware. Use AI. I use Claude, Gemini, Claude, ChatGPT. Learn them. Take a class. Invest in it. Add it to your platform or your business. Remember, You are a business. You are a sound. You are a representation. Do what's best for you to impact and grow with it. Don't sit right here and wonder. Don't sit right here and wonder why I don't get the support and love with it. It's on me to get it. The best thing you can ever do for yourself is understand what everyone gives on top of me extremely is a blessing. Appreciate every little dot, answer, call, support. Don't expect nothing, man. The quicker you learn that, the more better you will appear. And remember, if anybody shows you love, show them outward appreciation. Don't mumble it. Say it with your voice. I love you. I appreciate you. I thank you for coming. It may be minimal. It may feel like, yo, they deserve to come. You don't know what they got going on in their life. You don't know their personal finances. You don't know what they're dealing with. So if you show it, man, I really appreciate you doing that, bro. I really am thankful that you pulled up, man. I really appreciate you liking, sharing, doing anything, man. I know you ain't have to, but it's something that I just like. And remember, you're not doing that to overinflate, man. You're doing that to show that you appreciate everything. Once you have that spirit of appreciation, once you have that spirit of love, once you have that spirit of just being thankful, you will be surprised how much you will get that from people. If you want more friends, be more loving. If you want more love, give more love. If you want more support, give more support. If you want more people to like you, be a likable person. And on my final takes for tonight, man, I'm going to get personal. I had to deal with the brother situation. If you did not know, maybe bro passed, man. If you need grief counseling, if you need therapy, if you need to talk with someone, do not be ashamed to do it. KingCrowder, your boy, has to do it. Currently is doing it. And what did I learn from it? One of the first things I've learned from it already is this. If you've done, supported, loved, championed, been around, and invested in someone when it mattered, if I can leave knowing that I've done what I put I know when you were here, bruh, I actually showed you in real time that you matter. I know when you were here, I showed love, I checked on you, I gave without being prompt. I did that. Not as I did it as an expecting something in return. I did it strictly from love. I didn't tell anybody. I didn't have to. But what I did was that I showed my love when you were alive. Show love to your people right now. Text them, call them, check on them, ask how they doing, ask them what they got going on, like their video, share it. Do it for nothing. You will never know when the last time you'll see that person. When I was up for bro, when I was going to homecoming, my 10-year graduation, bro and I had a conversation about that, and I had to process it the most. In the trade day, what he wanted, what he didn't say necessarily he wanted, but he liked it, we did. I'm going to make it happen in his name. But the most important thing I learned from that is what? When I was there, we got to celebrate, laugh, and have fun. But I didn't know it was going to be the last time. I didn't know it was going to be the last time we ever got to chop it up and just spend time and talk about things. You don't know. But what you got to do, even if you don't know, man, spend time in that moment. Like, comment, share, subscribe to the channel, baby. Spend time in that moment, man. Because I don't ever want you to go through that spirit of you feel like you could have done more. You only feel like you could have done more for somebody is when you had the time you did it. Little things matter the most. The little thing I did for my bro while he was here was show them love when I saw him last. I can still sleep at night. Don't mean I don't think about it. Don't mean when I hear that damn No Cap song, I still don't get emotional about it because I do. I get emotional about it because you'll never know, man, what it's like to grow old and you'll miss that person. But I feel better in my spirit knowing that I tried, that I did my part in the legacy, that I will keep on the Crowder name legacy going. Not just for me, but for everybody else, for his son, for his champion. And we will have a major impact on the summit. That's all I want you to do from this lesson. That's all I want you to do from this live. Hopefully, you got to follow your boy. Comment, like, subscribe. All platforms, all locations, man. I am so grateful that you came here to be with me this week, man. KingCrowder, check back in. It's your boy's birthday next week. Am I becoming an old ninja? I think I am. Am I becoming somebody that may need more helps, man? That I always needed? Thank you, Nobel Peace Prize. I ain't gonna see you top it up with you, man. Always love, blessings for you and your loved ones, you too, family. Hopefully you good, you surviving. Check on your peoples too, fam. Check on your loved ones, call your people, man. Check on them. Remember, you never know how long it may be or maybe promised. But on tonight's live, man, we chopped it up about Diddy, Trump, citizenship, Gongren, politics, and Congress. All these things affect us, man. I'm tuning in to you because I care about how it affects you. While you're here for me on the KingCrowder channel, I'm going to give you history, facts, information, and my strong opinion. Keep tapping in with me. Keep watching live. And most importantly, every Sunday, we will have a live on Sunday. Thank you for tapping in with me. Thank you for chopping it up. Make sure you share the live, you comment, you like, you subscribe to something. I love you. Crowder gang. Things I wish my parent would have taught me. The courage to be this light. If you have not had in your library, get it. Remember, I don't give you books that I just say I get. I actually read it, and it is life-changing. Remember, your mind is a muscle, baby. How many reps you do this week? I love to go to the gym. How many mental did you do? How many times you work out? How many times you think? How many times you have by yourself that you get to process and do? Do it for me. Until next time, take care of yourself. Text your family, your people. Plan. And we'll continue to do more. It's your boy, KingCrowder. Until next time, baby. Love you. Call your people. Check on your family. Stay blessed. Comment, like,